What's going on, everyone from LowKick MMA? My name is Dane Podolsky, and I'm joined with John, the Don Caldone. He's set to make his PFL debut on August 23rd when he takes on Nathaniel Grimard. John, thank you so much for taking the time.
What's up, man? Happy to be here.
Of course. And just first off, 1 week out, how's training been going and how are you feeling?
I feel really good. I feel really good. Training wise, mentally, physically. Just ready to go. Ready to get this first win and on the big stage. First big stage fight. Ready to go. Ready to show what I can do.
And you talk about that big stage, going from the regional scene to PFL at MSG. How are you feeling about that?
It's a dream. Everybody wants to fight. At a big stadium, like especially Madison Square Garden. That's one of the best. It's the mecca. Everybody's played there. You got big basketball fan. A lot of basketball players of mine. I love play there. You got artists that play there, musicians. All this stuff, man. So it's an honor.
Mhm.
Just go out there, put on a show myself.
And usually I'll ask fighters, when are you traveling out? But for you, you're basically fighting in your backyard, coming from Long Island. It's gotta be nice to be right in your backyard, having the home fans behind you.
Oh yeah, it's amazing, man. I got all my stuff here. I can cut weight here, no problem. I don't have to travel. I don't have to worry about that. I got my teammates. My family's here. A lot of people are coming out, so it's going to be a packed house for. I think I believe I'm the first fight of the night.
Mhm.
So they'll get to see a big showing, for the very first fight of the night. So that's big.
And like growing up, did you go to MSG often? Are you a big New York sports fan? Is that a huge thing for you?
I've been to a couple games in MSG. I'm not a Knicks fan though. I won't say I'm a Knicks fan, but I enjoy going to the stadium. I've been to a couple concerts there as well. Just watching games there. Like you have big players that perform their best at MSG because of the lights, the circumstances. So I feel like I'm going to be the same. I feel like I'm going to perform very very well, and right like you said, right in my backyard. So everything's going well.
And going in this fight, have you gone to watch the previous footage on Nathaniel Grimard? And what do you think gives you the advantage over him?
Yeah, it seems like he's very grappling heavy. I don't think he's really been in many dog fights. I've been in my last two fights alone. I've been in two unanimous decisions, and obviously they've gone the distance, but they were like actual fights. I'm getting hit, he's getting hit. So I didn't really see much of that in Grimmer's, and I don't really see too much damage given out. He likes to grab people and like lay on them, which is fine. I respect it. If that's what you're good at, that's what you're good at. But I didn't see too much danger in his game, but I respect him as a fighter. If he's stepping in there with me, so he has the same balls I do. So I do respect the kid.
Mhm. And of your four pro wins, you have a sub, you have a knockout. Where do you consider yourself to be like at the strongest in your game?
Strong. I mean, that's the thing. Like, it's just I'm getting good everywhere. Like my wrestling's amazing. Like people aren't gonna. I've been training wrestling. I've been training everything since I've been in Long Island MMA. They taught me how to throw my first punch. They taught me how to sprawl. They taught me how to do anything in jujitsu. So I'm just learning everything. I think that's how you have to take it.
Mhm.
I don't think you should focus on one aspect of the game, especially nowadays. You have to know everything. Either southpaw, orthodox. You have to know everything on the ground. You have to be ready for everything in this game, especially nowadays with the game evolving and all that.
Mhm. And you had an extended amateur career, 4-1 as a pro. What caused you to turn pro, and how'd you get into MMA in the beginning?
I got into MMA. I was actually a big basketball fan. I was, I tried to play basketball in college and didn't work out for me. I got cut. I was the last cut of the team. So if I made that team, I probably wouldn't be talking to you right now. But I got cut, and I still wanted to be competitive in something. So I found the gym, and I never really wanted to fight at first. And once my coaches saw that I was pretty good, pretty decent at it, I was at a good age. I think I was about 20 when I started. You know, um, but they saw like my athleticism and my work ethic at first. And I fell in love with it ever since.
Fair enough. And are you hoping if all goes well and you get the win, are you hoping to compete in the PFL tournament maybe next season, or is this just a
That'd
one-off?
be that'd be really cool. Yeah, I mean, wherever wherever this game takes me, I'm ready to go. I'm just happy I get to perform on a bigger stage than I normally do, and like you said, in front of my home crowd. So yeah, wherever it goes, whether it's PFL, a regional title shot, I'm ready for it all. I'm ready to do anything.
Mhm. And 4-1, you're only 26 years old, very much just getting into the game. But like looking at the long term, what are your goals for MMA?
That's the thing about MMA. You always see progress. Whether you're a white belt or you're a black belt, there's always progress in the game. Like it changes from a 9 to 5. You're doing the same thing every day. This game, everything you're always progressing, no matter what it is. So you're progressing in your striking, your mental game, your physical abilities, all that. So I'm just looking forward to improving. I think that's the biggest. That's the next step for me is just always keep leveling up and keeping the game new and fresh for me.
And looking at the sort of the bigger promotions, are you happy at the PFL? Is that where you want to be long term, or maybe UFC? Like, where do you see yourself, let's say 3 years from now?
Uh, I mean, yeah, PFL is on the rise for sure. I think it goes UFC and then PFL in my opinion. So I think they're right there with the UFC. But if the offer is right, and the money's right, I'll go wherever. If UFC is on the table, obviously that's a big step as well. That's the biggest of stages, I think. But PFL is right there. So and to be on it now at like you said, 26, 4-1, I'm very grateful. So if they come with an offer after I go out there and perform like I know I'm going to perform, then I'll stay.
Fair enough. And looking at the PFL, it's gotten bigger every year since it started. How do you feel about the future of the PFL? And if you were to give me your prediction, I know you trained with Chris Wade. He took a tough loss,
Yeah,
but who do you
yeah.
think who do you think is going to win your division for the PFL championship?
Um, I mean, I think it's a rematch of. I think the finals is a rematch. I know that one kid. I forgot the name. I know the kid who beat Chris Wade is very technical and very good. Chris Wade took that fight on short notice. That takes balls, and he went out there and performed and went out on a decision, which is tough to do on short notice. But that kid's pretty good. I think I'm going for that kid to win it,
Mm-hmm.
and I know the other guy's got a lot of momentum as well. He came off that upset of Brendan Ronahue, I believe.
Black name, yeah.
He's got a lot of momentum. So that could go either way. I mean, they're both very talented. So but my pick would be the guy who beat Wade because I know how good Wade is, and to beat Wade, it takes a lot. So
Yeah, Gabriel Braga, he looked fantastic in that fight.
yeah,
And then, looking, you train. I know you trained with Chris Wade at Long Island MMA. Who've been your other main go-to partners for them, and how has training there helped you?
main training partners. I got a bunch of training partners. Everybody down there helps me. My main coach is my main coach is Brian Michelino.
Mhm.
He's helped me. He taught me how to throw my first punch. So he's been there with me every step of the way. So he's like a bigger brother, but a really great coach as well. I mean, I got my other two coaches as well, Greg DiPasquale and
So looking at, fuck. So looking at your training at Long Island MMA, who have been your go-to training partners for this fight, and how has that helped you?
I got a bunch of training partners down there. Everybody down there is very helpful with me. They knew I had a big fight coming up. They catered their training around me as well. They know I'm grappling. They know this guy I'm fighting is a grappler, so a lot of the guys like were emulating him, um, get me ready. But my main coaches are Brian Michelino. He's been there with me every step of the way. Since day one, legit day one. Greg DiPasquale, my second coach, and Ryan LaFleur has also been really helpful with me. But like I said, everybody down Long Island MMA is very, very friendly, very helpful, and I couldn't ask for like a better gym in the world. That's the best gym out there.
If I were to ask you, is there one sort of MMA fighter who you try to model your game after?
Yeah, that's a tough question. I like to take pieces from everybody.
Mhm.
Like I'll take pieces from OMalley a lot. I like O'Malley's game. He's a striker. I'm a striker. But I'll also take notes from wrestlers. Like very technical fights where like a Khabib or something against the cage. I'll note it all down in my mind and try to better that. Implement that into my game. So I can't really have favorite fighters. You never know who you're gonna fight in the game. So I don't like to say favorite fighters, but I like to learn from every fighter. I respect every fighter, so I like to learn new things every day. So anybody.
Fair enough. And I guess I'll put this one out there too. Who do you got winning this weekend? O'Malley or Aljamain Sterling?
I think Aljamain is the safe bet,
Mhm.
but no, O'Malley's very quick. He's sharp. I don't think he's a joke. I don't think he's as a joke as people make him to be. But Aljamain's also phenomenal. He has a great mindset. I've actually fought. The one loss I have on my record is actually from Law MMA. They're a very good gym, so I know how hard they train down there. And being a Long Island guy, I got to go for Aljamain. So I'll put my money on Aljamain.
Fair enough. When I was looking at your page, I was wondering, like, I know Long Island. I wasn't sure if you had any connections to Sarah Longo. Is there any sort of relationship you have with those guys?
No, I mean, after I fought the kid Delemy, like I actually lost that fight. We've talked a bunch. Like we're actually pretty cool. I've talked to Steamroller a little bit. Steamroller Vivola, Matt Vivola. He's a very nice guy, but I haven't got down there to train yet. So, and they always say to come down and train, but yeah, we'll get that going after this fight for sure. I'm gonna go down there and get some different looks.
Really love to hear that. And John, I'm wishing you the best of luck. And just my final question, August 23rd, John Caldone, Nathaniel Grimard. John, give me your official prediction.
He goes down. He goes down in one, first round.
Fair enough. Guys, John Grimard makes his PFL debut at MSG 1 week from today on August 23rd. You won't want to miss it. John, thank you so much for taking the time. If there's anyone you want to shout out, any socials you want to shout out, here's your chance.
I'm good, man. You can find me. My name's John Caldone. Look it up, and you guys will know the name soon.
Fair enough. John, thank you so much for taking the time. Best of luck.
No problem. Thanks, man.
Make sure to subscribe to the LowKick MMA YouTube channel for all the latest news, event previews, and interviews with some of the biggest stars in MMA.